En momentos intensos necesitas una hidratación que esté a tu nivel. Hidrátate con Liquid IV, científicamente diseñada para reponer rápidamente electrolitos y líquidos perdidos durante tu ejercicio. Hidrata tu ejercicio favorito con Liquid IV, formulada con 3 veces la cantidad de electrolitos que la bebida deportiva líder del mercado, más 8 vitaminas y nutrientes. También disponibles sin azúcar. Abre, vierte, vive más. Conoce más en liquidiv.com.
Welcome to Good Morning Hospitality, your one-stop shop for the latest news, noteworthy trends, and thought-provoking discussions across the industry. From hotels to short-term rentals to all things travel and hospitality, you'll find each episode equips you with the information that you need to start your week. Join us on Good Morning Hospitality every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
Stop it, son.
Good morning, Sarah.
Well, good afternoon. Can you hear that?
I hear announcements going out for the first time in all the morning that we've been on the show. But why don't we start with where are you, Sarah? Where are you?
Yeah. Well, I happen to be on a Cunard ship. So for those that know the cruise industry, I'm on a Cunard ship called Queen Anne, and we are exploring the Norwegian fjords. So I'm here. It's about 4 p.m. in Norway. There's some people around me, so I'm not going to be totally loud. But yeah, it's amazing. It's so great to be here.
I love that you're on the cruise and you're here live with us. It's amazing to see. Mm-hmm. And I know that, listeners and viewers, Wi-Fi on cruises can be a little shady, but right now it's holding strong, and I'm happy Sarah's here with us. So
yes,
tell us where you're watching from. She's in Norway. I'm here in the headquarters in Miami. And we got Lou watching from Charleston, and he said it is 112 degrees there. At least it feels that way. Oh, your free steam room and sauna for you. And you're always cheering your travels on, Lou. So thank you. But I think we have some big news to share, right? Should we share that news here?
Do. Yeah, fresh out the gate. We absolutely should. So for you guys, I'm sure you've seen our post online, but it is official. Skift has acquired Hospitality FM. And if you're familiar, Good Morning Hospitality is part of Hospitality FM. So that means this podcast is officially part of Skift, which is exciting. A Skift podcast.
Yeah. So look at us. Look how far everyone's come on this Good Morning Hospitality team. I think we could say are we officially Skift podcasters? I think so.
Yeah.
So I'll take it. Amazing. Look at us.
Me too.
Look at us, Sarah.
Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it.
And I was saying it's 112 degrees. Oh my gosh. It is hot everywhere. I'm here in Miami. You just got to embrace the sweat. That's what you got to say. Paul Manzi.
I don't know how you do it. How you do it. I will say, speaking of weather, coming here and thinking like, okay, it's Norway. Like, what's it going to be like? It's been pretty mild. I've got beautiful turquoise waters right out here. I mean, the topography is fantastic. So, by the way, if anybody wants to take a peek as far as what they can expect in Norway, or certainly on this particular cruise, check out my Instagram. Not trying to do a plug, but that's what's happening.
Of course. Listen, no, it's really cool. It's beautiful. It makes me want to go travel there too. You're always inspiring people to travel. And we got Kate wishing us a congratulations. Thank you, Kate, for being a part of the show. Christopher is saying good morning from, where is this?
Oh,
in Maryland. I don't even know how to say that. Linthicum Heights.
Linthicum Heights.
All right. Good to see you. And thank you very much, Christopher. We're excited to be a part of that Skift crew. And listen, it's because all of you here are watching and listening and interacting that it creates so much value for everybody, and we appreciate you being here with us. But I know that you are on your cruise, and we don't want to lose you on this Wi-Fi. So while the Wi-Fi is strong, why don't we get into some news today?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. So, first off, we can talk about what's going on with Hilton. Hilton's pushing for direct sales by targeting small business travelers, which is really interesting to see. I mean, again, we're talking about small and medium-sized business travelers. We've talked about this in weeks past as far as how business travel is continuing to go strong. But what's interesting is that they're really targeting pricing, improved sort of like onboarding and streamlining booking tools. So when we're talking about targeting these small and medium, businesses, it's that whole booking process for them for business travel.
It was interesting because we talked about this, I think, like couple of months ago, maybe like a couple of quarters ago, where they had announced that they were going create a new like small business portal where your company could sign up, and they would make it easy to book things like meeting rooms and amenities.
Exactly.
So they've said now a couple 100,000 people have signed up. So it's not part of like the millions and millions they have in their Hilton Honors, but a couple 100,000 people signing up, and they're seeing how they're doing this. It makes a big difference, especially looking at that profit and loss statement, and you're not having to pay as many commissions to all the OTAs. That's money that goes straight to your bottom line. So I can see why Hilton is really pushing this direct sales of these small business travelers to say, hey, guys, we'll take good care of you. Sign up in our portal. We know how to take care of small business. You don't need to go through and find the cheapest rates on Expedia or hotels.com or whatever it might be. But as an operator, you really start seeing the value of getting those direct bookings.
Completely. And one of the reasons why they're really focusing on this, just for perspective, when it comes to all of Hilton's business bookings, small and medium-sized businesses actually account for 85% of all Hilton's business travel bookings. And to understand that, since that's up from 76% in 2019. So we're just really seeing more of this more small and medium-sized businesses are focusing on the travel aspect. So it's smart for them to really pay attention to that.
And you see it too, like even in small business, and more I go to these conventions, you start seeing that people are making the deals happen in those rooms. It's Zoom and all the stuff that we've come to learn over the last couple of years is helpful with the videos. But when you get in person and you can shake somebody's hand and make a deal, that's what a lot of people are doing. So all these small businesses are traveling a lot. And I can just say from working on a project that we talked about of my project, like we have people, consultants and construction that are flying in and they need places to stay. And so we're working with different hotel groups just to get them rates that are consistent so we can count on that. So listen, we report it and we're also doing it here. So I love seeing what's going on. So maybe I have to sign up for Hilton's plan and see how it actually works.
Maybe kind of check it out. All right. Well, speaking of Hilton, let's talk about the other hotel giant, Marriott. They have completed their CitizenM acquisition. By the way, side note, for the best rooftop bar with views in London, CitizenM by the Tower, the Tower Bridge, is definitely the place to be. So I was just at CitizenM, love that. So just a shout out to them by chance. But Marriott's officially acquired CitizenM, which if you guys haven't been to one of those properties, they're really known for being tech savvy, very tech forward, very design savvy, small rooms and a big focus on the common area space. So they're really fun properties.
Yeah, they blew up here in Miami. There was 3 all of a sudden that came up, one in downtown, one in the Brickell area, and then one in Miami Beach, and they all are really fun and great. Like I enjoy going to them. You don't expect it. You don't really know what to think, but they encourage you to be in the lobbies, and they have like places to work from and cool bar areas and good artwork, and it's just a fun vibe every time you go through there. And what they do a good job on, which I think is part of actually the next story we will talk about soon, is that they make you feel like, all right, you've actually got some action going on in the lobby. So even though rooms are small, they're efficient and nice. They want you downstairs. They want you coming down and spending money down there. But look, I think I don't remember the exact amount of rooms. Let me click on here to see. It was a nice amount of rooms that could be coming in. So 37 open hotels. Good morning. From LA. They're spending $355 million with the 37 hotels that they're bringing in, and they're adding 8,700 rooms. So a nice addition. But they also talk about like they're adding so many brands. Marriott is, and part of that was that they're going to. Hold on, we hear the announcement. What's happening?
Ooh, this is the bridge.
All teams, you may now stand down. All teams, you may now stand down.
All teams, you may now stand down. So for those that are familiar with Norway, we are in a place called Skjolden. And so we're still here, technically. We've got nice turquoise waters out here. But everybody should be getting back on the ship in about 20 minutes. So that's what's going on.
Crowd coming in. And we got Lou saying Sarah's drink partner is now appearing. Well, Sarah has a full menu.
Yes.
Let's show us the menu. It had some Nordic drinks in there. What was it? Zodiac sign drinks?
So I'm in a little like bar room area called the Chart Room, and it has this whole celestial design. But what was really cool is that they have these drinks, Zodiac cocktails.
What's for Gemini?
For those that can see that.
For us?
Oh, for Gemini. Oh, don't you worry. I was already all over that since we're practically birthday twins. Oh, where'd we go here? So Gemini had, this is fun. Where'd it go? I just saw it. Oh, it's called 1,000 Journeys. Like the wind that blows through the land, the free-spirited Gemini wants to know everything and everyone. Through that. Such is the inspiration for this complex flavor combination that aims to please. So it's got, Cunard, actually, they have their own spirits and beer. So it has their Cunard Cellar Reserve Prosecco, Kakira African Gold Rum, 7 years, fresh squeezed lime juice, sugar syrup, and handcrafted pear cider reduction.
Oh my gosh, get me one. I'm on the way. I'll see you guys there. I'm on the way.
I love it. Wow. This is too funny.
Well, anyhow, I like that we're interacting on the ship already. You guys are hanging out with us in our normal chats. But for Marriott, they were saying they got CitizenM coming, and they're worried because the Moxie is very similar, and they're trying not to cannibalize their business. But Marriott says, no, we're good at this. We know how to do this over and over again. But a lot of experts are worried that they're bringing in too many different brands. So what do you think?
Yeah, they're different. They're going to be different. I actually think, because I'm a fan of the Moxie, and I'm also a fan of CitizenM, and I feel like the Moxie might be like, CitizenM might be targeted to a slightly older crowd and I should say, like, if Moxie really plays towards like 20s, early 30s, I feel like CitizenM might play towards 30s or like 40s. So they're similar, but I would feel like it would almost be like a graduation.
Got it. All right. I mean, I see. I can see that. I can see that as I'm going through that. I like CitizenM better personally, so maybe that's why, because we're in our 40s. So we go from there.
Don't tell everybody how old I am. Okay. I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
There's 53. Doesn't she look good for 53? It's amazing. The best.
Oh my gosh, hilarious. All right. Well, this is a really great topic, and I know that we've touched on this before, but do you want to kind of lead this one off? Because I know that
you're. This is an interesting one. Like the title's a little deceptive, but it's actually a Wall Street Journal video, and I think Will, if we maybe put it in the comment section afterwards, a good video. It's 6 minutes long, and it's really talking about how hotel rooms are really being designed now. And this is not for the ultra luxe rooms, but what they're doing is they're saying, all right, here is a floor plan of a normal room. We want to shrink this room down. From 350 square feet, which is like the same size of a normal hotel room, down to 174 square feet. And what do you take out of the room? And there's a lot of things like the mini bar that are traditional because it costs a lot to operate that, or taking out the standard desk that's in a room and getting a fold down and doing all different kind of things to a room, shrinking the room, but then making all the amenities way bigger. So you spend a little less money on the average nightly rate. So the ADR is lower in those hotel rooms, but you make up on the total spend because you want guests in the lobby or at the pool or at the workspace or whatever it might be, just like CitizenM we just talked about is doing, like their model. So you see a lot of hotels doing this and taking things out of rooms. I don't know how I feel about that. What are some things that give me one thing that you don't want seeing taken out of a room, and I'll give you one.
I like mini bars. I'm a big fan of mini bars. I like that. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of certain hair dryers. I mean, that's not necessarily being taken out, but like, as a woman with hair, we need decent hair dryers. What are things I don't want? You know what? It doesn't bother me that there's less reading material in rooms. Like, I don't really need magazines and all of that. I'm not really fussed with that.
Well, as you're thinking, one thing they mentioned in this, one thing they mentioned that they're going to take out of rooms a lot is the iron and ironing board, and that they're going to put it in a communal space. And I'm like, well, I don't want to wake up and then realize I have to go iron my shirt in a communal space, right? So that was one thing that I don't want. And viewers and listeners, what's something for you out there that you are seeing coming out of rooms that you don't want to come out? Let us know.
Aside from the iron and ironing board, I love it when a hotel has a steamer in the room. That's so simple. So that's obviously not all hotels. Most have the iron and ironing board, but I don't know.
Well, Christopher says Sarah wants to keep the robe. We know that. Sarah loves a good robe.
I was in a robe earlier today, guys.
She's actually done a show in a robe. Kate is saying she's now noticing all the hair dryers now that you've highlighted this. So glaring distinctions.
Oh, I washed my hair this morning and I had it on low, user error. And I was like, my hair will never dry. It was just like,
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? Started working now. Ooh, extra pillows.
Extra pillows, yeah. Christopher saying, business need the iron and board. Yes, they do. So it was weird in that video that they were talking about taking that out of the rooms, but they're trying to see like what you can take out of the room and still keep it feeling like you have enough. It's an interesting video. Not everything I agree with, but there's something that I may be using in our little project, which is instead of checking in at the front desk, you check in at the bar, right? And so like some of these boutique hotels, like it gives you that sense of arrival, like there's some action in a place that you've already arrived in. But that could backfire if it is a busy bar and you can't get checked into your room, right? So all different places and all different styles, but it's interesting to see how things are evolving. So for us, we've got the next story here. And Sarah, I don't know if you can hear us.
Oh, yeah.
You're back. So the next story we've
got. Can you hear me now? I'm back.
I hear you. TripAdvisor announces 2025's attractions and experiences, their top ones. And this time, viewers and listeners, we actually have the list ready. Okay, because last time we did a big announcement of the top hotels, we couldn't find the list. But
we're professional. We're prepared.
We'll give you the top 3, and this is for the world, rated by TripAdvisor. And number 1 in the world is Basílica de la Sagrada Familia, the church in Barcelona, Spain, is number 1. Number 2, can you guess it, Sarah?
Ooh, number 2. I think it's
in the world.
I think it's where I'm going to be in 5 days in Paris, the Eiffel Tower.
At the top of the Eiffel Tower, you'll see Sarah doing the next podcast. And
number 3,
and number 3 was the biggest surprise to me. Listeners and viewers, you get a chance to guess right now before I announce it. What do you think the number 3 attraction in the world is, according to TripAdvisor reviews?
Nerd alert.
NASA Kennedy Space Center. NASA Kennedy Space Center in Merritt Island here in Florida. And you know what? I've never been. I'm a Florida guy. I have to get over there. I don't know how my parents never took me. Parents, what happened? I got to get over there with my kids and show them.
I think I went when I was like 12. So, but some of the others. Right? Yeah, totally. Rome's Colosseum, which obviously, as we know, 2 weeks ago I was there. The Dubai Desert Adventure, great. I've done that too. One of my favorite things
that we've both done.
Angkor Wat. Another thing, and actually what ties into what I was just at, the BLLA, the Women in Travel event that I was at in Los Angeles. I had a conversation with another Sarah from TripAdvisor, and she was saying food tours are the highest booked things on TripAdvisor experiences. So they also talk about doing a Manhattan food tour, but there's one in Spain, I think in Barcelona, that's highly, highly booked. So people really want more experiential things. And if it involves food, the better. Yes, more the better.
Through the neighborhood, I think a lot of that, people like it because it's fun. Like you get to see the neighborhood on foot, try some food. And we got someone, CPFRO3 on YouTube saying, was going to go over to Kennedy this past weekend, but plans fell through. Well, hey, now you know it's the number 3 place in the world to go visit. Go make it happen.
We have to talk. We have to talk about what Christopher and Lou just said. Buc-ee's, really?
I'm seeing Buc-ee's show up everywhere now. Everyone loves this gas station, and they're a giant.
Have you been to Buc-ee's?
No, they don't have one in Florida. I've just seen pictures and videos of it now that it seems to be popping up everywhere.
You were just in Texas. Tisk, tisk. You didn't stop by Buc-ee's. To be fair, I don't think I've ever been in a Buc-ee's. So I don't know.
I want some of the snacks. The snacks look delicious in Buc-ee's. So if anyone from Buc-ee's is watching and you want to do a live show from Buc-ee's with some snacks, I'll be down. I'll go.
Into it.
All right. Good stuff from TripAdvisor. What do you got next for us, Sarah?
Okay, so JetBlue is expanding their travel tech platform, which is pretty interesting. So really pretty much what was interesting about this is it was kind of like hours after the Department of Transportation gave JetBlue the green light for its partnership with United. Executives said that they're looking to expand its travel tech platform to include more airlines, other travel companies. So we're talking about travel packages, and they're really trying to be forward thinking with all of that. So I've always been a fan of JetBlue. I love this. They're going to have these sort of new tools that will be targeting bundled bookings, vacation packages, travel insurance, all of that. So smart move on their part.
No, it's very cool. But again, you see people trying to go to one place. So I don't want to shop in one place. I don't have to jump through all these hoops. So I like seeing that they're doing it. But again, we go back to what Hilton is trying to do. We want you to book direct. But JetBlue's like, no, you book with us, and we get the commission from sending you over to that hotel that you're staying at. So It's always interesting to see how the industry, the levers of different businesses go up and down to see how they can make more and then compete with others. So very cool to see. But I've never been on JetBlue. I don't think I've never flown on it.
So we should probably take a moment to even just talk about that. The fact that there is this JetBlue United partnership. I've been on both. I am a fan of JetBlue. I think that they do a fantastic job. Even their JetBlue Mint, which is their sort of like first class, business class programming. They do a really good job. They have a fun personality. They've got great snacks. I understand the partnership as far as it being strategic. So then they have access to more airports. But as far as like a brand, the guest experience, I personally find to be very different. So that will be interesting.
I recall you trashing United here on this show.
Trashing is a strong word, but let's just say I was.
You gave it a thrashing. Then is how I would.
Yes. There's room for improvement from the customer service perspective. The pilots, all amazing. I just had drinks with a United pilot, so
Oh, interesting. Let's see what we're learning about Sarah here.
The plot thickens.
And Lou was there. She did trash United. Thank you, Lou.
Wow. Thanks, Lou. Yeah. Thanks.
He remembers.
Throw me under the plane.
All right. Well, are you going to get kicked off of this ship if you talk about this next story?
No, but I think you should talk about it mainly, and I'll chime in.
All right. Well, Royal Caribbean plans loyalty overhaul amid a rise in last-minute bookings. So Royal Caribbean is adjusting to a spike in spontaneous travel. The cruise line plans to update its loyalty program to retain high-frequency travelers. So really, I see this also in hotels and in vacation rentals right now. Everything is being booked last minute. And it's so hard to plan ahead of time. And so for listeners and viewers out here, I'm not sure about your hotel or your hospitality business, but are you seeing a lot of last minute bookings? Because it is across the board everywhere. And it is so hard to staff because you go into the month seeing that you're 30% behind where you were this time last year. And you have to adjust to that ahead of time so you don't lose money. But then all of a sudden people are booking in the day for tomorrow and you're getting those bookings and you have to scramble to find staff. So it's really interesting to see that now Royal Caribbean is seeing that. And they're saying, hey, let's get you into our loyalty program and try to reward you for booking ahead of time or getting more frequent so they can plan ahead. What do you think, Sarah? Are you seeing that yourself too? Because you do a lot of last minute bookings, don't you?
I do. Also, most of my travel is for work. But when I can book something last minute for myself, it definitely happens. What I have seen, especially when it comes to flights, I've got a couple of these big flights coming up and I'm seeing it's not full. And then towards the last minute, it definitely fills up a lot more. So, the trend is across the board. People are booking last minute for sure.
Yeah, as I continue. So I was just talking to a bunch of hotels down here in Miami Beach and Miami, and they're seeing it too. Our vacation rentals, we have so many now spread out across the city and now other states. And we're like, man, we are just slow today. And then last minute, someone books and every weekend is filled. But it's just like, oh, man. So it's hard to do revenue management. It's hard to adjust to those things. So I like to see what Royal Caribbean does. And I'm curious to see their reports once they start to get this. But I see Lou saying maybe it's that their ships are too big. But they are gigantic ships. And so maybe they are having a harder time filling it. But it doesn't sound like they're having trouble filling it. It's like, let's get it filled ahead of time, which is harder. And then Christopher is saying same thing with meetings and conferences are a lot of short bookings too. Yeah, some of those smaller meetings and mid-tier events that they book last minute, within a month that they're booking events for in a month out is crazy sometimes. And those last minute meetings, I've done it too. So, very interesting to see where all this goes.
Oh, I love this comment that Lou just shared. People have been booking the last 90 days for cruises to see if they can get a deal. Absolutely. That's a big thing. That's huge.
Where's the captain of your ship? Let's ask them what's going on. Let's get some on the streets reporting. No?
If I can easily grab the captain of the ship, that might be a problem.
Yeah, I'm the captain now.
Where'd he go?
And Chris, even with sitters for weddings and events, not a good idea. Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're hard because I know you do a lot of the sitters for everybody, and it's hard to get those people because they're going to book ahead of time. They want to see their schedules filled and not wait for the last minute booking.
Totally.
Yeah, it's hard to adjust, but you get great deals. And now people know they have so many options. I could stay at a hotel. I could stay at a vacation rental. I could stay in a yacht, right? It could be a whole bunch of different things that people can stay in now. There's so many options of what they can do.
Yeah. Oh, well, definitely.
Yeah, we cover a lot.
All right.
I can't believe we got through all of our news stories.
And
for the
did.
that are just joining us right now, we said it at the top of the show, but I think we need to say again, because we're so excited, is that Good Morning Hospitality is now a streaming show and podcast for Skift. So Skift purchased Hospitality FM, and Will Slickers, who created this fantastic brand and worked so hard, is now part of the Skift team, and we are officially Skift podcasters. This is our first episode, and I love that we've had a great show today.
Exactly. Even while traveling and on a cruise ship, very in theme,
Yeah, and we have a match. They said it's like amazing. We didn't even know we were matching today. We look great for this announcement. Making things happen today.
We're just on the same page.
So should we get into our real time recap here?
Yeah. Do you want me to go first? I don't know how my Wi-Fi is. Am I holding up?
Wi-Fi is great. So tell us what you're seeing out there in the world of hospitality.
I think it's only appropriate that I do a shout out to the team here on the Queen Anne with Cunard. This is my first sailing with Cunard. I will be doing a couple more over the next few months, but the staff has been exceptional. They're so accommodating. They're so wonderful. I mean, I have to say the thing that I love about cruise ships is that the staff is really, you've got everybody from all different places, and they really just understand hospitality to a different level, because again, you're on this sort of floating city, and there might be things that you don't have. It's not like you could just send somebody out quickly to a 7-Eleven to pick up something that you might not have on the ship. So they're really good. They're really creative. Always, the cuisine's elevated. They can easily accommodate any sort of dietary restrictions. So a shout out to the team here. It's been incredible. So I'm looking forward to practically living on a cruise ship for the rest of this year.
I need to get on cruise. I need a recharge cruise. I don't want to work, but I'm gonna see which one. Ooh,
maybe we do. Maybe we do a Good Morning Hospitality from a cruise.
Listen, we can make it work. I'm in.
We can. Plant that seed.
I like it. Well, let's do it. I need to make sure we do. I haven't been on the cruise in like over a year and change, and I love cruising, so it's time to come. But for my real-time recap out there, I'm going to give a shout out to the Betsy Hotel here in Miami Beach. It is on Ocean Drive, and a lot of people think Ocean Drive, oh man, like what hotels are there? This is a fantastic hotel on Ocean Drive. Stayed over the weekend for my dad's birthday, and it's just a great vibe with artists, and they have live music, and they have just cool photos everywhere. But the number one thing, of course, at any place we love is the service, and their team is fantastic. And I was sitting in the dining room looking out the window and just taking in the scene of what Miami Beach is at sunset. And right now, the city of Miami Beach is doing a great job of having the right crowds and the great crowds there. And it's just back to I feel like the golden era of Miami Beach is starting to come back. So really enjoyed that weekend stay there. So shout out to the Betsy.
That is awesome. That's definitely on my list to check out the next time in town. So, and I will be there in September. So that's exciting.
We'll go over to their spot. They got a good stuff going on. And Alberto Santana says that Betsy is a classic South Beach gem. And Lou says the same. I agree that Betsy's really cool. Man, Betsy's getting a lot of love. You see? Let's see. I got to make some of my connections over there. I don't have any real good connections. So now we'll make some, Betsy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to our hospitality quote.
Yes, let's
do it. We got time for that? Yeah. All right. Perfect. So you can't do it unless you can imagine it, by George Lucas. It's so simple, but so true. Once we start playing in that world of letting our imagination just get creative and have fun, that's what hospitality is all about, is like having fun, surprising and delighting people. These terms may sound overused, but that's really what it is at the end of the day. So
yeah,
I love this quote.
And so if we could put that quote back up on the screen, Will.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to you, Will, right? You imagined Hospitality FM. You had this idea. You reached out to people. You put it together. You built something amazing. And someone saw such great value in it that they said, we need this a part of our brand, and Skift acquired it. So congratulations to you on imagining it, putting it together, sticking with it. right? In all
Mhm.
businesses, there's ups and downs, but if you can continue to imagine where you're going to go and where you're going to be, and you really schedule those things and put it out into the world, it happens.
So true.
Great
So
job. And to any of
true.
you out there that have an idea, imagine it, schedule it, and then it becomes real, right? That's how I start thinking about things. And I know you do too, Sarah. So I like that quote. It's a good quote to end the
That's
show on
right.
today. And to everybody, man, welcome to the first time we do a Skift branded podcast here in Good Morning Hospitality. Very exciting news. Sarah, thank you for making the technology work on the cruise ship. I know you yelled at everyone to make sure that you could be on here today. And, you know, to all the listeners and viewers, as always, if you found something valuable on the show, your friends will too. Make sure to share it. And until next week, what do we say, Sarah?
Stay hospitable. Bye.